Zoom, 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 let go.
What up, what up? You can't see me here today, back again. You already know what it is. Rimworld Alpha 13, a colony builder simulator by Tynan Sylvester. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, leave comments, share cause it feels good, okay? And if you feel what I do, check out my Patreon if you want to contribute. Everything is appreciated, all right? So we're gonna jump back in. We've been building, we've been continuing with the colony, and it's been growing very well, man. I'm really happy with the colony. In the last episode, we began researching machining, which allowed you to build weapons, at least some of the first weapons, some of the first guns, pistols, and so forth. You see I'm building a room right here. This room is going to be a workroom slash relaxation rec room. So work slash rec room. And I'm gonna put like a chess table in there because they have a joy meter. And you know, you don't want them to get too overworked and too stressed. They need to relax sometimes, but it'll also be a couple tables in there so they can craft. So yeah, in the last episode, we also created another room for stockpiling to the left of this room because my freezer was starting to fill up and it was being used not only for food, but for other regular non-food items like wood and stone and metal and things of that nature, and we don't want that. So this room here is going to be for all of the other resources that aren't food or medicine based. And what I did, I specified that the stockpile in the freezer was only for food and medicine because it'll spoil, but if you keep it froze, it'll last indefinitely. So we also built a solar power unit, and I added a stone cutter's table and a tailoring bench so we can create our own clothing. So that's a plus. You can create your own clothing, you can sell it. You also, the clothing deteriorates, and usually people start with limited clothing. Some people who are new to start with no clothing, and you can build better clothing. And then as your people's crafting, tailoring skills increase or crafting, then they'll make better quality clothing and you can get big money for it. And I'm gonna start growing this thing called Devil Strand, and it's better clothing type too. It's like fancy clothing. So right now I'm adding a build at the stone table to make stone blocks. You can do different types of you can select the different ways you want them to create in the amounts. You can do just individually. You can do create until, so you say create till I get 10, create till I get 20, and then they'll stop once you get 20. But then when people use them, say they use 2 or 3 of them, they'll go back and they'll replenish it, but they'll only do up to 20. So that's a cool way to kind of keep your person from sitting there just creating constantly, but they'll always go back and replenish the supply. What I'm doing right here by the stone table is making a stockpile for chunks, and I'm making it so that it only accepts chunks. I don't want apparel, I don't want weapons, I don't want other items or raw resources, only chunks. And that way it's very convenient. It's right by the table. So when people get the chunks from the side, or when they haul them out of rooms, or even when we're mining and it creates a chunk, they'll put it there in that stockpile first, and it'll be very convenient for creating the blocks out of marble, out of granite, limestone. It's just so many types of rocks. And you see someone just put some over there. They're already going, man. I'm really feeling my colony because they jump right on it. I tell them to build something, they build. You see this? I told them to cut these trees, cut these bushes, and they're on it ASAP. Yeah, they don't waste no time. So what I'm gonna do in my rooms down here, I'm gonna put some wooden floors down. Right now they're just kind of walking on dirt and gravel, even though the room is enclosed. We're putting down some wood so they can be on them wood floors. They walking in like, yeah, look at my spot, look at the wood floors. And you can do carpet later, but I think you actually have to research carpet. It gives you better room ratings because all the rooms have their ratings, and people actually emotionally react to the rooms. In the beginning, they don't care as much about small things, but as you grow, people start feeling themselves. They get a little bougie, so they like, yo, you can't have me living in squalor, walking around on this mud floor, this dirt floor. They like, man, let me get some wood grain, let me get some carpet. At least let me get some limestone tiles or something. So I'm starting with wood. because we have more wood. I don't want to use metal or my other limited resources that I may need to build. But yeah, that definitely keeps them a little happier. I did it in this hospital room. The one with the 3 blue beds is my hospital room. So did it there first. I actually put some wood floors in one of my prison cells. I need to do that up there, but they can wait. I'm putting a stockpile here. I tried to get someone to haul one of these boulders out of the room. When you clear out the room, sometimes there's boulders still in there in chunks. So since the one stockpile I made by the table was full, I'm making just another stockpile just to dump stone slags, chunks, things of that nature. I'm putting 2 more right here just to have a couple extra spots that are kind of out of the way but still very close to the room. As you see, I'm keeping them close to the stone cutter's table room, so they don't have far to walk. Now I'm copying and pasting the settings. So when you put a setting like specifying only a certain item, then you can copy and paste that so you don't have to keep going through and clicking all those X's and check marks like I did. Now I'm also making a equipment rack. The equipment rack stores weapons, and it doesn't deteriorate. Well, items stored in this won't deteriorate. Normally it's weapons. Weapons are the first thing they put in that. I guess you can put other items, but it's cool. So I make a few of them and I'm putting them in my rooms, different ends of the colony, so that if somebody try to raid us and somebody need a weapon, they can just run over there and get it. I need this pistol. Let me get this Uzi. So even in my rec room, gonna have a couple, you know what I'm saying, couple guns on deck, have some artillery ready. So yeah, that's how we do. So like I say, man, the growth of the colony is really nice. In the next episode, I am going to start using this wall security defense that I've been telling you about that my man Blaine Sarge turned me on to. But that's the next one. I'll talk about that at the end. So we're going to cut these trees down. We need more wood. Our wood is getting low. We only got like 362 units. And plus we want to kind of clear out all of the space within our walls. Anyway, I am also going to add more to my growing zone. This is all my crops, my potatoes, strawberry, I believe, Zergium to heal, and or corn or rice I'm growing. But this is going to be cotton. Once again, since we put that Taylor bench in, we need to have some materials to use so that we can craft clothing. I do have some materials. When you slaughter animals, you get those leather, those hides from the animals. You can use those to create. So I do have 36, 53, 10 coming from the different animals, from the muffalo, from the boom rats, from the different types of animals that we killed, even squirrel hide. Okay, so this here, actually I'm doing it now in this episode. I'm starting the defense technique where you basically make a short alleyway and you leave it open without a door. When enemies come, they will come through that opening. And then I'm going to put these doors, as you see, and I'm going to put them parallel to each other on both sides of the walls. What that does, that allows your colonists to travel through, because we're going to place traps down this hollow hallway. We're going to put 2 or 3 or even 4 traps. When the enemies come in, they have to walk over the traps, and it hurts them. And it either kills them or it weakens them, so that by the time they get in there to you, if you have a turret right outside the last little door opening, bam, they get shot up there. You have your people waiting to shoot them, bam, surrounding them. So it's a great thing. So you see I'm putting doors here. The people can walk through those doors, and you know, your colonists can open them. They're not locked to them, and it prevents them from getting hurt. So you'll see I'm gonna lay down the traps in a second. I'm gonna do this on every opening around the compound, the colony. Put up walls and do this system. It's a great technique for defense. So shout out to Blaine Sarge, man, for turning me on to this. What up, Blaine? I thought that this was coming in an earlier episode, but it didn't. You know, you can do a lot in Rimworld as you play, and not realize that so much time and so many days have passed, because it only feel like a day or two because the game is so engrossing, man. Love this game. So that's our first wall. I'm gonna do some more, but I think I'm gonna stop here. Rimworld Alpha 13. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, leave comments, share. And if you like what I do and you want to support, please check out my Patreon, okay? Rimworld Alpha 13, Colony Builder Simulator by Tynan and Sylvester. Come back, holla at me. Thank you for watching. You know what you must do above all things. You know what you must do. Make your next move your best move, alright? Peace.
You can see me, your favorite gamer.
First on the track.
Zoom, 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 let go. Zoom, 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 let